Hello, we are back with another video. Today, we want to talk to you about a significant robbery in the world of cryptocurrency. In 2016, a cryptocurrency exchange called Bitfinex was attacked by hackers. They managed to withdraw 119,756 bitcoins, worth $72 million at the time. This incident remains one of the largest cryptocurrency thefts in history. Before we delve into the story of this robbery, it's interesting to note that 119,756 bitcoins are worth more than $7 billion at today's prices. Well, let's go back to the main story. To understand it, we need to look at the Bitfinex exchange. This exchange began operating in 2012. If we examine its history, we can see it had a series of security issues, suffering several small hacks. It appears that the administrators were not managing the platform properly, and it seemed as if some irresponsible individuals were in charge. Every day there was a problem somewhere. This continued until 2016, when the biggest cryptocurrency theft in history occurred on this exchange. Who owned these stolen bitcoins? They belonged to the users of the exchange. The people who had wallets with Bitfinex lost their property. Essentially, Bitfinex lost nothing but its reputation, while the users lost their bitcoins. This theft caused the value of Bitcoin to drop by 20%. The story was so significant that it exploded like a bomb worldwide. As a result, both the FBI and major police organizations pursued the case. Now it is 2024, and 8 years have passed since the robbery. Although 2 people were arrested in connection with the crime, the FBI and other organizations still do not know how the robbery was carried out or how so many wallets were emptied. Those who follow the cryptocurrency market and monitor everything like hawks can see exactly which wallet these bitcoins went into on the blockchain. However, the problem is that they have no access to the owner of these wallets. They don't know who owns these wallets or where the owners are in the world. One of the things that cryptocurrency experts and the FBI focused on was the movement of these bitcoins. If these bitcoins suddenly moved, they could trace where they went. Therefore, they monitored these movements very closely. During this time, most exchanges worldwide, wanting to avoid trouble, blocked the path of these stolen bitcoins. They declared that they would not allow these illicit bitcoins to enter their exchange wallets. This issue made it more challenging for the original thieves to sell the stolen cryptocurrencies. In the end, these bitcoins remained stable for several months until suddenly 25,000 of the 120,000 began moving within the blockchain, but not in simple, direct transactions, rather in complex patterns. For instance, they might purchase a $300,000 Apple gift card or buy an expensive pair of shoes for $1,000. These transactions drew attention, eventually leading to the main cryptocurrency being used on the dark web. Not necessarily for purchasing drugs or illicit goods directly, but rather, individuals on the dark web often facilitate the exchange of stolen currencies, taking a commission of about 10 to 20% in the process. But how do they exchange it? For example, they might leave $500,000 next to a designated location in a park where the recipient can retrieve it. These thieves cached a series of their bitcoins using the dark web method. So, about 25,000 bitcoins were identified, but no one could figure out who was behind it. But where were the remaining 100,000 bitcoins? They remained in the same wallet, intact and visible on the blockchain. For 5 years, from the time of the theft until 2021, this situation remained unchanged. One might think that the inspectors were tired or negligent. However, they were vigilant and never took their eyes off of these bitcoins, waiting for any movement that might give them a clue. In August 2021, after years of dormancy, $760,000 worth of bitcoins were suddenly transferred from the stolen wallet to another wallet. 2 days later, another $700,000 was transferred, and the next day, $800,000. The bitcoins were thus divided into different wallets. These different wallets that were put into it were to prevent loss because they went from the same wallets into a bigger wallet. Experts said they were tired of the bitcoins remaining stable and wanted to cash them out and run away. But this haste gave the FBI a clue. And they found out who is the owner of this wallet that has all these stolen bitcoins in it. If you've enjoyed this video, please support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your engagement helps us reach more people. Thank you for being part of our community. The dragon came. According to FBI agents who have been searching for him for years, Ilya Liechtenstein is the dragon. However, they soon realized that Ilya could not act alone and suspected the involvement of an accomplice, another mastermind behind the scheme. They found out that his mastermind was none other than his wife, Heather Morgan. She was the mastermind behind this, a woman of unusual deeds, a computer genius who also dreamed of being a rapper. She used to upload the songs she sang to her TikTok account and danced along to them. Another task of hers involved the website Forbes writes educational articles. What an education! How not to get hacked! This lady is also a language genius. You may not believe it, but she knows Japanese, Korean, Russian, Turkish, Arabic, and Chinese languages perfectly. How did she find the time to learn all of this? She is a computer and coding genius and knows everything about cryptocurrency and is only 31 years old. When investigators delved into the couple's history, they discovered that in 2019, they traveled to Ukraine and opened various bank accounts with the intention of residing there and converting bitcoins into cash easily. However, their plans were thwarted by the coronavirus pandemic, forcing them to return to America. The FBI has identified them and knows their identities, whereabouts, and activities, but they have not arrested them. Instead, they are closely monitoring them to avoid jeopardizing the bitcoins. Meanwhile, the FBI has obtained a ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court allowing. At the same time, the FBI manages to get a ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court that they can legally enter the couple's wallet. Once they obtained the verdict, the FBI felt assured that the bitcoins were no longer in danger. Finally, they arrested the couple. With this order, they accessed Ilya Liechtenstein's wallet and found $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. They locked all of it to prevent any transfers to another wallet. Although these coins were confiscated, the couple could not be arrested solely based on them. Instead, they were arrested for money laundering. They denied the charges, claiming they neither laundered money nor committed theft. They argued that a cryptocurrency wallet is different from a normal bank account, and there was no solid evidence to prove guilt just because the bitcoins were in their wallet. Unable to charge them with theft, the FBI maintained strong money laundering charges to prevent the couple from fleeing. Initially, the couple denied money laundering. However, after 8 months in prison, they confessed, stating they did so to clarify their involvement. It has been 10 months since their confession, but they remain in prison without a resolution, and it is unclear what will happen next. The FBI wants the couple to admit that they stole the bitcoins, but they only confessed to money laundering. Essentially, the FBI aims to fully understand how this mastermind, the woman, orchestrated the theft of these bitcoins. What this lady did is a complicated secret, and she won't even admit to telling how she did it. The FBI isn't eager to release these individuals easily. They want to find a way to make the situation beneficial and are interested in doing business with them, possibly even hiring them, much like they did with Frank Abagnale. I think this lady will finally agree to cooperate with the FBI instead of going to jail. What do you think? Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video.